So, how do you create a form? A form starts with the form tag. We close. It can be a form for anything, application, contact, anything, but the items are the same. Say for example, name, username. So we put, that's called input type, text box. Input type equals text box. Equals text box. Okay, so that kind of thing. So let's see, that is what I mean. Now let's put password. This is password. Input type is password. Save, refresh. So when you are typing, you see how, but for text box you see the text. So if you want things to be on the next line, we said you put a break after a certain item, so things can go like that. To be organized, people put a label. There's a label tag, like so. Those titles, the labels are put in their own label tag, but originally I don't do that, but people like that, so it's only for the labels. So let me say that and do that. Okay, so we can remove the labels, they are irrelevant. Okay, so next, what else? You can put input type. Input type radio. This can be used to show male or female. So let's say male or female. So I say input type, I change only the type, is radio. Here it is also radio. I save, I refresh. You've seen these things. Good. Then we can also put another input type called a checkbox. So this one can be used to select multiple items. So all this is checkbox here. So input type check box. So I'm separating them just for you to be knowing that each is a separate item, but you don't really have to separate them. So the type is what changes. So I save. You see, so these ones you can just select like what you want. Hobbies, like let's say like swimming, don't know if that is the spelling. Eating, you don't know if eating is a hobby. Sleeping, anyway. So we can put breaks just to have things on another line. Like break, where you want things to go to another line, you put a break. You just put a break, and that's it. So you can see. Next, what other item can we put in upload? How you want, how if you want to upload an image, photo, or a video or anything, it's the same. So that's the label. It's input type. The type is what changes. input type is file. So I put a break still there. So fresh, so you can browse and attach anything like a photo, a video, anything. So if I send the form, this image will be sent. Same way you upload things. So that is the upload button. But if you want to upload things, the form, to send things, the form must have something called an action equals, it can be post or get, but post is most commonly used, mostly for starters. Post, no, it is the method that is post and get. Method action is where do you want to post that information. So you put the name of the page, my page, maybe .php or .html or anything. Or if I want to post them in this same place, I just say contact.html. So they will be posted in the same page. Okay, but that's for advanced, like if you go on and know how to deal with what you post on the other end after posting it. We are looking at where to put that information, but where it goes, it's another matter. So for the upload to be sent also, these items are a must for a form in many cases, if not all cases. A form must have a method which is post or get, and an action which is the page where you want for things to be posted. Now for the upload to work, we have something called enc type. It tells the page receiving that uploaded item that allow it. So it's called enc type multipart, multipart / form data, something like that. So if you don't put this, your attachment or your upload won't go. Good. What else can we put in the form? Next we can, after that you can put the send button. You can put, no, before you put a send button, you can put a text area. Let's have, there's another item called text area. It is text area. It is that big message box you're going to see. You close it. This one is closed. For the input type has no closing tab, ladies and gentlemen. This one has, like for example, do you know that box where you type your things in a big form? It's similar to this, but this is bigger. It can even be pulled over. Or if you don't want to pull it over, you can say calls, that is the number of columns, let them be 50 columns in quotes, the number of columns. And rows, you can also put the number of rows. Now that's the number of columns. And rows, columns rather, for rows, so like so. So that is, you know that, you've seen that. What else can we put? We can put something to select things, like you can select in many ways. You can select by this, but also there's this one is called a combo box or a select box, but mostly it's called a combo box. Each has a name. We have a radio button, this is radio, this is checkbox, this is text box, this is a message box or whatever. This is the upload. It's called the file item in HTML, but it's the one used to upload things, attaching them. Okay, so this combo box, you just write select and you close the tag. So you've seen this before, so let me put a break here so that they are not on the same line. So it is this thing, it's still empty, so I put what I want, like option, and I close that tag, option. Let me say food, chips, chicken, chicken, I save, like that, I refresh, so you understand. You've seen this thing somewhere. So let me put a label, even for the text area. Let me put just the label for someone to know, and let me separate them. This is a separate item, this is a separate item. All these are checkboxes. Now all this is the combo box. Now let me put a label, food. What food do you want? Sort of like that. So it's labeled. Now these details, let me put a break so that the text area is below its label, kind of like that. And after, you put the submit button. So this thing can be used for cities. Which city do you come from? Which district? So many things. For things that you don't want people to type because they might type them wrongly, you put them for them to select simply. So still, now we are still in the form tag. Lastly, we are putting a send button. Input type equals submit. You give it a name. Value is that word that appears on the button, that's send. Sort of like this. So wow, value equals, type is submit, value is send. I said, so that is the word. So let me put a break here so it's on its own line. Now let me put another button. This empties the items of the form. If you want to change the items, it's called the reset. Input type reset or clear. The value is the word that appears on the button. Reset is what it does. Submit, this button is submit, it's what it does, but the value is what appears. But if I say clear, everything is going to be emptied. That's what we mean by reset. Just clears it. Now the way you see, your form is disorganized. I don't want to burden you, but normally people put it in a table so that things are on the same line. That is for another day. But maybe what you can add to the form is a field set. A field set is that line around the form. People like it. Let me put it. Field set. I open the tag, and you can put it outside or inside the form. It doesn't matter. So I put it inside. just after the form tag below and before the closing tag. So I close it. So do you know that line around the form? That is the field set. And you can have a title for it. The title, it goes under the opening tag of the field set and it's called a legend. And I close legend and I say please leave your message. You get it? So that is how things work. There are other small things like form items being compulsory. For example, if you must put your password, I say required. So I put required, for example, also for the name. In this box, in this inside here, not outside but inside here. So I say required even for the name. Supposing someone tries to send without let me see, they say please fill out this field, but that's not so much of an issue. You could also say disabled. Disabled. So this thing is disabled, no one can enter things there. So of course form items must have some other things like a name, but that is if you are intending to use it in a real life environment. Mine is to show you how to design it. So that's our form: home, about us, gallery, contact us. Ta-da! Until next time, this is Jingle Richard. You might ask me any questions. Thank you.